Okay, we should be live now here for the Unknown Racing League Xfinity Series Clash here tonight from Daytona International Speedway. We're going to be running 60 laps around the big not one, 2.5 mile oval. So 2.5 mile oval, 60 laps. It's going to be a fun one. Here we go. I don't have all the race stats because I didn't actually know too much about it prior to it. There we go. So we should be live. There we go. Live now. Just getting ready. Race should be starting up here pretty soon. Just gonna keep an eye on the party, make sure they don't go. Actually, I'm gonna get the other thing I need up real quick. There we go. Yeah, so here we go. So tonight's gonna be a clash, so it is gonna be a little less serious, but there is still $15 and 5 playoff points available to whoever is able to come out of this race with the race win. So these drivers still got quite a bit to go for tonight. Keystone guy on the pole by actually he was on the pole by not much. The top three all within all within a tenth of a second of each other. Actually, the top four all within a tenth of a second of each other on one lap speed. Of course, one lap speed at Daytona Talladega. I don't think I've ever heard anyone claim that to be a Herculean task that no one's ever been able to accomplish before. I mean, I think that is a very doable task that a lot of people have done before. But here we go. Should be getting ready to go green here pretty soon. Yeah, just kind of waiting for them. Might have, I think they have one or two guys might be swapping. Might need to swap numbers or something. So they would, in doing that, would have to forfeit their starting positions, unfortunately. But it is how it is. Hmm. So yeah, so right now we're just kind of waiting it out here, just kind of waiting, letting some people get in here for the chat. But yeah, so definitely going to be a fun race tonight. And then say the clash last night for the truck series, though I wasn't broadcasting it, was pretty fun. I actually took part in that race as a driver, because my stuff was not actually working. So here we go. Hey, Josh Roberts, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Just kind of waiting for the invite. I'm just gonna pull up my the paint scheme I ran in qualifying. I guess might as well. Don't have anything better to put up on the screen right now while I wait for an invite. Ah, Anarchy. That's who that is. Okay, I didn't recognize it off the YouTube name. So just kind of waiting it out for the for everybody to start loading in for the race. Then we'll join on in and we'll get to see some pretty good racing tonight. So looks like they're getting all the lobby setting. Okay, here we go. Lobby settings are getting fixed up there. Okay, there we go. And are we gonna start it up? Let's see what we're gonna see. Just kind of waiting for everybody to get loading in, and then we're gonna hop in there and hopefully see a pretty good race. There we go. There's my invite, which tells me that they have started to load in. Keystone, I only need one invite to let me know. Wait a minute. Why did he send me? Did he want me to race?
14 out of 15 in here.
Keystone, did you want me to race or?
All right, guys,
Right.
we're gonna. I'm gonna do a
We're
really
right
quick roll
next
call.
to Dyer.
Oh, they didn't have everybody else in there. So, my bad. So, it wasn't quite my time to join in there. They were sending the invite for others. Because I couldn't hear what was actually going on. They were sending the invite for others. Yeah, is my mic all working? Just want to make sure because they were sending the invite for others. I didn't think to do a mic check beforehand. Is my mic actually working? Hello? Yeah, okay. My mic is showing that it's picking up. So it should be all good. Just kind of waiting it out. Hey, Blitz, how's it going? So just kind of waiting it out. 13 guys in the race right now. I believe they are waiting on one more. Don't know who else they are waiting on. Let me see if I can kind of go through. Maybe Truex? No, Truex is in there. Sporter's in there. Oh, Hulk. Maybe. I think we might be waiting on Hulk Holden to get in the to get in the race. Oh, or maybe they're just gonna go. Oh, they sent me the invite again. They still aren't loading in. I think you guys are missing Hulk, if I'm not mistaken.
Hulk just lagged offline.
Yeah, he's not here.
You guys want to give him a minute, or do you just want to race here because it's not really too big of a thing?
You the boss, boss.
Oh, he left
Nope,
the party.
it's up for a Democratic vote.
Yeah, God, just start, please.
Pocket.
Let's wait like a minute. Wait like a minute.
I mean, he left the.
Okay, so here we go. So yeah, so just kind of waiting on it. I'm waiting on Hulk. We're gonna wait about a minute probably. Then we're gonna hop on in. Okay, so right now we're just kind of waiting it out here. So just kind of waiting it out. Should only be about a minute that we're waiting. Then they're gonna unpause the timer probably and get going. I thought no, there was someone. I knew we were missing someone. I didn't know who we were missing at that point. So let's get my chat back up here and see if we've missed anybody or any messages. Nope. Let's say just trying to keep it. Okay, there we go. We can start joining in now. There we go. Watch live race, and we are gonna get right on into it. So, after a slight delay, Okay, so after a slight delay, we are gonna be back going here. Let's see, maybe I missed something on the Facebook chat, because I'm just getting the Facebook chat up now. Okay, here we go. Flip it over, get the banner up. There we go. Okay, so after a slight delay, we are gonna be back going here. Let's see, maybe I missed something on the Facebook. And here we go, rolling from the pole position will be Keystone Guy 1998. On the outside of him is Catalyst Catalyst the Echo, I think that is. Not really sure how you pronounce that one. Over, get the banner up. Slight delay. We are gonna. So here we go, rolling into. And here we go, rolling from the pole position will be Keystone Guy 1998. Dominant lane. On the outside of him this one is so far. Catalyst, from what I can see off that Catalyst the Echo launch, definitely looked like this. Not really sure advantage went to that out, or went to the inside lane, which is kind of typical in Daytona, I would say. Basically, as long as your inside line is somewhat competent. So here we go, rolling into. You're usually pretty good. Here we go, rolling from the pole position side. Keystone Guy 1998. On the outside of this one is actually now on the outside lane, trying to kind of peek to the outside. Kind of pulls back into that Catalyst the Echo. Definitely looked like this. Not really managed to that out, or went to the inside lane, which is kind of typical. Oh, it looks like it was the third place guy this time. Kind of basically, as long as your inside line is somewhat competent. So here we go, rolling into. You're usually pretty good. Rolling from the pole position side. That's kind of was just dominant lane. On the outside of this one is actually now on the outside lane, trying to. A lot of guys kind of poke Catalyst, kind of pulls back into that. Oh wait, no, there is one challenger out there on the high side, but he's the wall that out. Or went to the inside lane, which is kind of typical. Oh, it looks like it was the third place guy this time. Basically, as long as your inside line is somewhat competent challenge, but then again, it is on the lap rolling. You're usually pretty good. Rolling from the pole position side. Start lap dominant lane. Outside of this one is actually now on the outside lane. A lot of guys kind of poke Catalyst, kind of pull back. Oh wait, no, there is one challenger out there on the high side, but he's too upset that out or went to the inside lane, which is kind of typical. Oh, it looks like it was the third place guy this time. Basically, as long as you're upset about it, second competent challenge. I'd be more than content to ride this. They're usually pretty good. Rolling from the pole position side, start lap dominant lane. Outside of this one is actually now on the outside lane. A lot of guys kind of hack Catalyst, kind of pull back. Oh wait, no, there is one challenger out there on the high side, but he's too upset leaving yourself inside lane, which is kind of typical. Oh, it looks like it was the third place guy this time. Basically, as long as you're upset about it, second competent challenge. I think more than it's pretty lap riding this thing, riding until the pole position side start lap dominant lane. Outside of this one is you know the outside lane. Guys can hack Catalyst, kind of pull back. Oh wait, no, there is one challenger out there on the high side, but he's too upset leaving yourself inside lane, which is kind of typical. Oh, it looks like it was the third place guy this time. Basically, as long as you're upset, I need a second competent challenge. I think more than it's pretty lap riding this thing, riding until the pole position side start lap dominant lane. Outside, to be honest with you, know the outside lane. Guys can hack Catalyst, kind of pull back. Oh wait, no, there is one challenger out there on the high side, but he's too upset leaving yourself inside lane, which is kind of typical. Oh, it looks like it was the third place guy this time. Basically, as long as you're upset, I need a second competent challenge. There we go, that'll fix the echo. Sorry, my bad. Sorry about the echo, guys. I had my own stream playing in the background for when I was trying to listen in for the mic keying in. But yeah, right now though, if I was C-Man or any of these guys basically in this line, I'd be more than content to just kind of ride in line behind for right now. Essentially just ride it out, because this is going to be a multi-pit stop race, I feel like. Let's say I don't actually know what the fuel windows are like with the 3X fuel and tire, but I feel like for the most part, a lot of these guys, they're going to be pretty, to be honest, it's kind of the same problem as I have with the Clash currently, is that the clashes run on the same track and the same aero package that the actual races run on, and especially with the only value being the checkered flag in around about 55 laps from now. So really, there's no incentive to be leading right now. Like Keystone, he could lead 59 laps and get nothing from it. The odds of that are pretty low, but it's still possible that he could lead every lap but the last one. And it looks to be like they've slowed it down for a manual caution. So first yellow flag of the night does come out. So we did get the first manual caution here. And it will slow the field down to a single file line, and they will have to decide if now is when they want to come and make their first pit stop. Making it on fuel from here is going to be near on impossible, I would say. Though maybe if you get back in the draft and can coast, you can at least make it further in the window, I guess. I just don't know what I really don't know what the race strategy is going to be. Oh wait, never mind. Look at their fuel remaining. They're probably going to need a lot of stops in this one. So here we go. Right now there's a lot of guys here trying to earn the trying to get those 5 playoff points, as well as the extra $15 that comes from winning this race. Okay, so here we go. Everybody's just kind of rolling it towards pit road. Don't really have a whole lot to say. Okay, real quickly, just want to thank our the series sponsor, Rent a Race Car, who has hopped on to sponsor the Xfinity series for the Unknown Racing League. So, massive thank you to them over at based around Stafford Speedway. And here we go. Everybody's now coming down pit road. Looks like pretty much everybody's coming. Pit road. And let's see what we got. Okay, so it looks like a full tank is about 14 laps. Yeah, so they're going to need a lot of pit stops in this race to make it to the end. Everybody's making their pit stops, trying to get them done as quick as possible. And the new race, I believe that will leave Cosmic Trip as the new race leader. So Cosmic Trip, a little bit of damage, it looks like, on the front end there. Might hamper his ability to try and make it work. But on that inside line, again, it's probably the more dominant lane of the two of them. Between the inside and outside lanes, I would probably personally prefer to be in the inside lane, even if I have a damaged race car, than on the outside lane in a fixed race car. But I don't know, that's 17, and he's gonna have his work cut out for him now that he isn't on that inside lane. So here we go, coming through turns 3 and 4. They're gonna be lining up for the restart. Cosmic Trip on the pole, or not on the pole, but at the lead position. 17 on his outside, 60, 56 will round out your second row. 60 a Sporter, and the 56 is, I believe, C-Man. If I remember correctly. I don't actually remember anyone's car numbers yet. C-Man, hey, wow, I had it right. I did not think I had that one. But here we go, Cosmic Trip and Keystone Guy, really slow all the way to the checkered start-finish line. Here we go. And neither one really has a pusher behind them ready to help, which is kind of a bummer for the 17, because that would have been a great opportunity if he could have had the 56 on his rear bumper immediately at that restart, and the 24 didn't have that advantage. That might have been what he needed to get out in front of this number 24, but right now the 24 is going to be the control car of this race. Now they're in pack, actually battling for positions, like it actually means something. And oh, Keystone Guy really high on the outside of the groove, and oh, that's going to be a wreck. That's going to be a caution flag. Man, that was just a mess of cars everywhere. Not even really sure what started it, but I know where it ended. Keystone Guy on the inside of the wall. Okay, so right now Keystone Guy is going to be trying to catch up to the rest of the field. Cosmic Trip still your race leader. And I think now would be a good time, now that the rest of the field has quite a bit of damage on them. Might be a time for Cosmic Trip to come in and get that fixed if he didn't last time. So right now, looks like not everybody came to pit road there. Actually, I was kind of expecting just kind of everybody coming on to pit road, but Cosmic Trip stayed out with a few of the others. I don't know. I think if you have damage, like if you have a little bit of damage like that, that might have been the time for Trip to come in and do it. But maybe he doesn't think it's going to be a... Maybe he thinks it's not going to be a big issue. I'm assuming that he thinks that that damage then just isn't that bad, and track position is definitely going to be king. You know, because he was able to control that. Like once he got that restart underway and was able to get clear of the 17 on the outside, he was able to control the lanes of traffic. Without too much trouble at all. So here we go. Everybody's getting packed up together, and we're going to get ready to go restarting this race. So a lot of the cars getting packed up. To be honest, I would probably want to be... I don't know. It's hard to say if you'd want to be aggressive now or if you'd want to save the car. Here we go. Green flag, though. Green flag, that number 24 once again really quick to get off to that lead position, and he's got that 13 all over his back bumper, which is exactly what you want on that restart. If you're the leader and you're trying to get clear of that outside lane, if you can have a car right on your rear bumper pushing and committed to pushing and not looking to go to the outside and gaining a run, I mean, that is essentially the best case scenario for Cosmic Trip right there. Able to have a car committed to his rear bumper. I don't know if that's a teammate or not in the 13, but yeah, in general though, a very one car hard in the outside wall, but they seem to be still going the right way. So no caution to my knowledge, but oh my, they're tangling up in the back. Actually, oh yeah, the three of Anarchies down there in the grass. They might decide to throw the caution for that, but I would say my guess would be probably not. Right now, though, that 24 is still trying to just command what lane moves here on the racetrack, and I think that 13 still committed to that rear bumper. It's going to be hard to shake that 13. I'm going to say he's right on the rear bumper, and he's got the 31 behind him to push. So, I mean, that's another Ford Mustang, so potentially could be an alliance there. Even if it isn't a teammate, could potentially just be a manufacturer nameplate alliance there. With the two of them looking to potentially make the move on the outside. But here we go. Man, that 24 is just doing an absolutely masterful job of basically just keeping them on their bumper. And I think, to be honest, this 4-car breakaway that we're seeing here, to be honest, probably none of them really want to pass each other too much. But I think, to be honest, for the most part, you don't really care to if you're passing people yet or not. Yeah, because right now I think these front 4 are more than happy to just kind of draft away from the rest of the field, especially if they're able to kind of just run away from the field here. So right now that the Keystone guy there in that number 17, the league owner, running 5th. He's the first car behind that 4-car breakaway. But he has some organized help behind him as well. Just the question is, though, are those 4 cars going to be enough to match the 4 cars up front and enough to actually run them down? 4v4 is not necessarily an advantage for Keystone. I'd say it's probably pretty close to even there on the yeah, I'd say pretty close to even here. Fripp definitely has help coming from that 13, though, and right now this but the pack in the back there, the pack involving Keystone. I say, besides that 1 car kind of out of order. No, wait, never mind. I thought I saw a 5th car added onto there, but. Yeah, right now, Keystone's help just is not as organized as his competitors up there in the number 24. Like, those 4 cars clearly seem to have had some sort of plan, and if it wasn't pre-planned beforehand, this is absolutely masterfully done. Yeah, right now, I mean, it's just these front 4 have done pretty much everything perfect to get away from the field. I mean, there's been no real challenge for positions at the very moment. Like, they're just running 1, 2, 3, 4. They're very content to run 1, 2, 3, 4 and have pulled about 3 seconds on the field. About 2.5, 3 seconds between the entire pack here and the next car. Anywhere from 2.5 to 3 seconds between the whether you're the 24 or the 3rd car or the 4th car in line here of Extreme Sporter. And they are pulling away. Actually, I just looked at the timing and scoring. These 4 here are faster in pulling away from Keystone guy in 1998 there in that number 17 car. So they are pulling away, and fairly quick as well, because I think he's lost some of his help. Yeah, he's lost all his help pretty much, so he is going to fall through the field here very quick the 17 does not get some sort of help. Maybe DiCaprio's the guy for that, but oh no, DiCaprio's lagging quite a bit. We just saw him kind of go in the trunk, looking for that golden horseshoe on that number 17. But yeah, right now though, Cosmic Trip, the number 13, that number 60, and the number 31 have really just masterfully handled this. Looks like Truex is opted out of the race, or he's either opted out or he's lagged out. Either is not great. But hey, you can't always control what your internet connection does, and oh my, the front four are absolutely pulling away. Without a caution, this is going to be a four-car battle for the win. Now, I think it will be interesting when we get green flag pit stops here in a few laps. Potentially green flag pit stops. Of course, caution flags could come in. They're actually starting to race each other now. Now they have about a 5-second lead. They're actually gonna start racing each other again. So, racing each other once. If they start racing each other, that could be a potential chance for something to go wrong. But once again, these front four, they've just managed to find a way to do what the rest were unable to do. And to be honest, I think that might have been a factor of Keystone Guy getting collected in that big wreck there when all the cars started to tangle up through this in that last big wreck, where we actually saw the yellow flag come out. Keystone Guy had to go to the pit road, and he ended up dropping all the way back due to the caution flag there at the absolute worst time. Now we're closing in on halfway here in the clash, and to be honest, I kind of wish they ran the clash in the day, or they ran it at night, but and here we go. Looks like the front four all decided that now is their time to come to pit road. Let's see. Did everybody? Looks like most of the field coming down either last lap even before these guys. So right now I think it's going to be really critical to see how they come off of pit road and see what maybe Cosmic Trip or some of these others might do to try and help themselves out, to try and benefit each other, to try and gain this spot, or to try and keep these spots together. So there goes a few of them. They say you really want to be kind of going out as a group if you're on a strategy. And Keystone Guy actually able to pull, I believe, he went with 4 tires. Wow, I thought he went with less tires than that. Right now, the 58 and the 24 in a pushing match coming off the pit road. But that seemed to just shuffle up everything. Okay. Just trying to figure out what's exactly going on here. Because, I mean, that really seemed to shuffle up the running order quite a bit, unless something else is about to happen, which I just haven't seen yet. But yeah, right now, Keystone Guy, he's got that 3-car train. They're starting to form up behind him now. Potentially another train kind of forming there. Yeah, right now those 3 there, I believe they are 3rd, 4th, and 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they're 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Here, the 17 on back in this camera shot. And they are running pretty well together. So right now, to be honest, I know that there's two guys out in front of them, but they are not hooked up, and this 3-car freight train, I think, is gonna catch them. To be honest, just looking at the gaps, they may be guys who have just not pit yet and have been stretching the fuel, but I mean, that would be a long way to stretch it, even considering the caution flags and when they fell. I think they might have just pulled a 2-tire strategy or something. Now Keystone's lost one of, oh no, never mind. I thought he lost one of his helpers, but no, they're two maroonish red cars running nose to tail, so it kind of looked like they were one car there for a second. But yeah, right now though, Keystone guy, he's got that 3-car train, and he's gonna be coming with a head of steam. Question is, what's he gonna do when he gets to second? Like when he gets to that second place car, are they gonna all agree to go to that outside lane and try and just rock it around him, or are they gonna have to just stay in, or are they gonna try and stay in line and just add to the number of cars in their train and just have Keystone not lead them anymore? Because that could be an option as well that they would have in theory by doing a strategy like that. But yeah, right now, here we go. 4 cars now in that line. I believe they just went and powered by the second place guy. Yeah, they did go and power by the second place guy. Now you've got 4 cars in a line, and they are going to freight train right up to this race leader. They're catching him a couple tenths every straightaway. They're hopping off like in the short chutes between the tri-oval and the turns. They're chopping off about 2/10, and through the corners, they're absolutely eating him alive. I mean, right now, this is going to be a big moment here. Going down the back straightaway, they gained about a half second on him. So, here we go. I believe the red car up there is the race leader. But they gained another 2-3 through that corner. Coming off the banking. Coming through the tri-oval. This here is probably the spot I think he loses the least. Still loses a couple tenths though through there. He's down to 1 second is the gap. Now as they enter the corner, it was down to 0.8. Let's see. Now this back straightaway is where I'm expecting they're going to catch him, and that's absolutely perfect for the and that's Captain Redbeard. That's absolutely perfect for Keystone because, oh, he decides to just follow Captain Redbeard rather than actually going to his outside. That's one that I didn't exactly expect to happen there. So he decides to just follow the race leader rather than going and taking the race lead himself, which, I mean, fair play to him. I mean, he doesn't need to lead until lap 60, and we just started lap 30. So 31 laps to go in this one here to start off the Xfinity Series. And it looks like the caution flag actually came out, so not really sure what they threw the caution for here, but you know what? Let's go talk to Keystone since we have the time.
And as you guys can see, I don't take an advantage with that.
Hey Keystone, you got a copy?
I just waited till half the... Guys, Ryan.
Mike.
Mike. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, well, you had a pretty good run there on the leader. I was actually kind of expecting you to go to the outside there. Any thoughts on why you didn't go to the outside there to try and take the lead away?
Well, we could have gone to the outside there, but we knew the competition caution was going to come out about lap 30. As the league owner, I don't want to be taking things on my own hands. I want to make sure the guys know they can trust me. And just have a really great car today, and just glad to be racing with these guys.
To be honest, I'd be more nervous if I'm the leader of a car coming 50 miles an hour faster than me right into my rear bumper than if he just went around me. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah, I'm hoping I didn't do any damage to his rear end there. I hit him pretty hard. But,
just trying to bump draft him.
Yeah, just trying to do a little bump drafting. I'm not trying to do Logano Alex Bowman here.
Oh, well, want to give any kind of report on how your car's handling? Because I saw it seemed like you were having a bit of trouble trying to run down the pack prior to the green flag pit stop cycle.
Yeah, my car's a little tight entrance. Like I'm telling the guys, 48.9, 49.5 wedge around there. It just keeps the car a little looser in the center of the corner. Lets them have a little more maneuverability, especially on controller. I just want to give a real quick shout out to you, Ryan. Thank you for coming over here with us and spending your time with us on the URL circuit.
Now, I'm sure this is going to be a big question for a lot of people, but you want to tell me, are you pitting and are you taking 2 tires, 4 tires?
17's definitely pitting. I guess you'll have to find that out as I pit. Pits are open. 55 miles per hour, do not get a speeding penalty.
Also, one last question. As you guys all come on the pit road, have you figured out any of the guys that you might want to try and work with come the end of this race, assuming you end up in the right position to work with them?
Well, if I'm ending up in the right position, I'm definitely going to work for that number 13 car. Obviously, the 95's been strong today. The 02 is working with me a lot. The number 8 is really quick, too. He's one to watch out for today.
Well, isn't that number 95 one of your teammates as well?
Yes, that is correct. The number 95 is my teammate.
So, say that might be a potent combo there, and nice quick stop there for you getting that race lead. I'll let you focus on getting ready for this restart. But yeah, that's one quick Ford
Ryan.
Mustang.
Thanks for coming down here, buddy.
I didn't go down to the track.
So guys,
I'm still up here in the booth.
So guys, pretty much what you're hearing right now, if you can hear him, if I don't know if he has muted and who he doesn't, but I was just doing an interview with Ryan. He was asking me a series of questions.
They can all hear me. I'm pretty certain of that. I don't make any surprises of when I'm talking and when I'm not. I'm almost always talking. There's almost no time that I'm not talking, so. Big question here. Actually, I think, is that the front 2? Yeah, the front 2 from qualifying are going to be restarting 1-2. So, it's going to be a replay of the first lap. A little bit. Now, I don't know. Yeah, Cosmic's still a bit back in there. In the pack. DiCaprio's back there quite a bit. So not going to be a complete restart, but the front row is going to get another shot at it. And it looks like Keystone Guy is elected to take the outside. I'm curious to see how this one works out, because let's just say the outside lane has not been the best all day today. Most of the day, the outside lane has not been the preferred lane. No. But it looks like they restarted it, and they're gonna be trying to get up to speed here, going down the front or down the short chute here between the tri-oval and 1 and 2. I'll say a lot of these guys looking for their bump drafting partners, and it looks like that 13 might be just a little stronger than the 95 at this point in time, or it might just be the benefit of that outside lane. And Catalyst does take the race lead with that number 13 of Captain Redbeard right on his rear. The 17 settles into 3rd place here as the laps start to wind down, and they are going to be starting to look for that one more pit stop. Still absolutely required. One more pit stop to get to the end. Well, a minimum of one more pit stop. Probably more likely two if I was to guess. And of course, if we get a rash of cautions towards the end, that could very well change it as well. But yeah, right now though, oh, big wreck in the back. That's Anarchy. One car around. Not sure if anyone else got collected by it, but man, that was a hard hit for Anarchy. Good to know that in a virtual race, he is okay. He will be okay at, But here we go. They're battling side by side over the race lead. So I don't know if they've kind of determined that this is going to be a fight for a position here and the lead. Let's see. Oh, the 13 almost clears him, and he does get it at the line if they were racing to the line for a caution. I don't know. I don't remember the exact ruling on the cautions. I think they just race it out until they throw the caution. Except for in the case of the competition caution, like what they threw there at lap 30. But here we go. So it looks like they did end up throwing the caution flag for it, and Anarchy's spin proves to be the benefactor for Captain Redbeard. Redbeard takes the race, will take the race lead and will lead them probably down pit road if I was to take a wild guess. Say lap 35 they are working, so they will have roughly 25 more laps to go in this one when they all come down pit road. So 25 laps to go. That's going to be a fun one to watch for seeing what all the guys are going to do as we get ready for it. And here we go. Oh, Cosmic Trip with an issue. Cosmic Trip spins entering the pit road, and he is going to be absolutely slowed down to some degree by that. And Anarchy leaves the... Anarchy left. That could very well be the end of his race. Hard to tell sometimes. And there goes Keystone Guy. Once again, taking that really good start there for... a really good advantage of taking just fuel only, it looks like, for that pit stop, trying to just stay ahead on the fuel numbers and not really worrying about those tires too much, though he probably should be looking at those tire numbers that he's got, because because he is streaming his view over at twitch.tv/the Keystone Corner. So, here we go. Let's see who's going to line up behind who here. Because it looks like the third place car might be... Who is that Ford Mustang? Is that the 13? Might be the 60, actually. A Sporter. No, Sporter's further back. Oh, that is the 13 of Captain Redbeard, but he's on the outside lane, so he won't be lined up with the guy that said he'd like to work with him if he got the chance. So here we go. Rolling down to the green flag one more time. Let's see. Well, of course, we don't know if it's going to be the last restart of the day, but for all intents and purposes, it very well could be. And to be honest, at 17, I would love to have that 58 right on my rear bumper pushing as we take the green flag. He was able to actually get a pretty good restart there, and he's going to be able to just commandingly decide and dictate which lane goes. Question is, though, if he gets too far out there and they come up on him with a head of steam, is that going to be too much? And is the 17 going to have trouble from that? So here we go. Right now, it's side by side for that race lead still. Side by side, the 58 actually from behind the 17, able to get to that outside, and he actually led that lap at the line. I don't know if the 17 is going to let him continue to do that though, or if the 17 is just going to continue to hold that inside, and he's going to try and clear him back over. Goes up to block. Nice block there for Keystone Guy. Just kind of watching the race lead here, trying not to continually just talk about him, but he's up front. No contact. In about a second on back, and one car spins. And that nearly collects everybody, and that will probably bring the field back to a halt here. No. But from the looks of it, it looks like they might do race back to the line, so the 17 and 92, really good there. Wow, I'm impressed with how good the 17 did at blocking that run from the 58, though, and then someone in the mid-pack kind of spun out there. Let's say we got time for an interview. Who do we want to dial up? Could dial up. Well, let's dial up Redbeard and see if we can figure out who that was that spun. Hey, number 13, you got a copy?
Yeah, I found you. I keep trying to get you on my team, but Keystone ain't budging. Gotcha.
Hey, 13, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, how's your race going so far? Kind of mired back in traffic after that last pit stop.
Yeah, it's going all right. I mean, I got a couple of my teammates coming up, and we're doing the best we can here. Hoping that one of us is gonna finish this.
Also, do you know which car that was that spun? Because I saw the spin kind of out the corner of my eye, but I didn't get to see what car number.
I actually, to be honest, I didn't really see it. It was just right next to me, and then.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like the row in front of you or not,
because
it was a. That was a lucky spin that it only collected the one car, I believe. Might have tagged another car in the process, but with only one car wiping out. But let's say, all in all, how's your car handled though so far tonight?
So far my car's handling really nice. You know, I'm having a little bit of issues getting down on the low end whenever I'm drafting on somebody. But other than that, I'm doing pretty well.
Okay, well, that's it. The number 13 seems pretty quick, and to be honest, I wouldn't mind having you on my rear bumper going into the final restart if that was the way it ended up needing to be, because you've got a fast car to push with.
Yes, sir. I try.
Yeah, and to be honest, no bias from actually like the actual car manufacturers. I like the Ford's nose for actually being able to push.
Yeah, well, we are a Ford manufactured team.
Ah, okay.
Yes, I have it's me, Hitman, Anarchy, Cosmic Trip. Who else am I missing? Nos Stang.
Cosmic Trip's in a
We're all running
Toyota.
real good. Yeah, we still have to fix that one. We still have to fix that one.
Wait a minute, I thought Cosmic Trip
all
was
right.
on Tyler's team. In Xnfinity.
He's on Tyler's team. I believe he's on Tyler's team for the trucks. He's on my Xfinity.
Let me check the.
But other
I'll
than
check
that,
it, but
we're good.
either way, I'll let you focus on this
so
restart.
We're about to start racing. Yes, sir. Go.
Ah, he was on my truck and Redbeard's Xfinity. Okay, there we go. That's what happened. That's a slight confusion we had there, and looks like Sporter in the 60 actually was able to take advantage of some of that and get the the track position, though. About 20 laps to go. Still quite a bit of racing left to go. I'd definitely be worried to be, though, back in the middle of this pack after the last spin that we saw. Because if a spin happens up towards the front of this thing, I'd rather have to, I would rather be the first car to have to avoid it rather than having to avoid maybe 3 cars that get collected by an originally small incident. Here we go. Sporter leads at the line still. Not really much. The outside lane's trying to form up, but not really. I mean, that inside line, I've said it all night, has been the dominant lane by far. Catalyst trying to make that 92 work on the high side, but I mean, it just takes such a specific setup on your car on a preset to get it to run the high side better than the bottom in any sort of actual way to try and get the actual checkered flag there. So yeah, it's definitely a tight-fought battle though here, and some guy kind of mired back in traffic a little bit, gonna try and find some of his friends. Oh, one car on the outside edge there, really falling back. Who was that? That was Master Jew. Okay, Master Jew having trouble there. Captain Redbeard, who we just talked with though, running third right now, in behind the 95 of Chiller, and then the 60 of Sporter still leading this race. Let's see though, what are we gonna see from these guys? I would anticipate some of these guys are gonna start looking for, looking to try and gain some spots on these guys pretty soon. Like, the give and take is starting to kind of balance out to where I think there's gonna be way more taking than there is giving. Unlike at the beginning of the race when there was pretty much all giving and no taking. Because, I mean, I don't think anyone's denying that the first, like, 5 laps of the race, there was no taking and everybody was just giving spots to essentially try and keep the race clean and try and get to the first pit stop potentially. But now I would say most of that giving is not happening anymore. I wouldn't say all of it because to some extent they are still giving quite a few breaks rather than taking every chance they can. There we go, the 60 on the high side though. That's going to give an opportunity to the oh, Cosmic Trip fell behind the group. Here we go. 17 down the inside, gets squeezed down there by the 95 of his teammate. As they were falling through the field, that's going to really kind of break up this front pack, and that's going to allow the 13 of Redbeard to get up there, and now he is controlling this race. He is going to try and lead every lap from here on out. He has 15 more laps to hold on to it. So if he's able to hold on for 15 more times around this track, Captain Redbeard will be your Clash winner. Still 15 laps at Daytona though, an absolute eternity for a lot of these guys because there is just so much that can happen. Oh, and as I say that, the 50, the 58, the 31, 2 cars into the outside wall, and that's going to be a hard hit for a lot of them. And here we go. The 13 checks up, and I believe they are throwing the caution flag immediately there. So the caution flag comes out at 15 to go. And they take 14 now. So the 13-year race leader, 95 second. Third place will be Keystone Guy in that number 17. Such a fast car, was able to sit on the pole. Question is, did he put too much speed in the car to where he isn't going to handle well, trying to push and then try and pushing past guys? Because that's always the battle that you face at Daytona Talladega in qualifying is how much skew do you put in your car versus how much do you try to not end up messing yourself up, essentially. So here we go. Everybody's rolling around. No, let's talk to the second place guy here. Hey, Chiller, you got a copy? Try to not...
Who, me?
Hey, Chiller, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, you're running second right now. Any idea what happened to that other car in the mix there? Because I know you were kind of in the middle of that as the spin happened.
I have no idea. I didn't see a car go around from my point of view or in my rear view.
Ah, okay.
Just in the middle of side-by-side racing with 2 or 3 cars on each side, so just doing what I could and trying to focus.
Well, I'm gonna say that focus has gotten you all the way up to second place. If you do end up maintaining second place at the end of this pit stop sequence, do you have any idea on how you're gonna try and make that high side potentially work? Because that high side's really
high side has not been working on restarts this whole day. I have not gotten second. I can already see 2 cars out. But no, it'll be interesting to see what.
Just spun your
It'll
teammate
be
out.
interesting to see what happens these last 12 laps.
Yeah, just went and spun your teammate out there. Good job. Well, hey, I'll let you focus on getting this restart done. You're gonna have a short run to the end here.
Alright, sounds good. See you, man.
So we've talked with the top, or with everybody in the top 4, I believe, except for the 60th Sporter. I think is the only one that we have yet to talk to in this top 4. And to be honest, I think everybody in this top 4 is pretty quick. I mean, of course, everybody in this race is pretty fast in general. But I think these front 4 probably are 4 of the best cars out here. And ironically, 3 of them are Fords, so kind of what I said earlier about the Fords being the dominant manufacturer on the plate tracks. Looks like it might prove true here as well. Let's see. Keystone's hanging way back. I don't know if he's waiting for the 24 to get on his bumper. But the 24 not willing to get on his bumper here. I'm curious to know what the plan is, because I don't know if he's just planning on hanging back to try and jump the restart a bit. Oh, he does jump it a little bit, it seemed like. Just kind of slammed the back of the 60. I don't know if he actually... I think that is a legal move to just kind of accelerate, essentially to give the push to the 60 to try and get that outside lane to work, because that is definitely a desperate position to kind of be put in. Is that, like, what do you do as that second car in the outside lane to try and help the outside lane work? And I think a shot in the rear on the restart is probably your best bet, and it's done probably the best we've seen of the outside lane. I mean, it hasn't held up half as well as you would like it to have. You would have liked to have been able to have the 60 stay side by side with the 13. I think would have been probably best case scenario. But I'd say they've been actually at the start finish line. They do battle it back to be side by side at the line. So here we go. The Xfinity Series Clash is side by side, 3 abreast. 3 lanes of side by side, single file from there. And Sporter actually able to clear the inside lane with the 17. Oh, if I'm not 17, I'm looking at that inside like, hey, Captain, you willing to lift and let me in? But no. Oh, 95 up the track into the 17. I think that's going to prove to be a melee behind. Yeah, there's a few cars around there. Nostang's out, Truex as well. We've had quite a few actually retirements from the race already. Wow. Granted, I say already, we're 10 laps to go in the race. But still feels pretty early to be seeing a lot of guys out of the race completely for not having DNFs. Or at least not having true DNFs, I guess, would be the true wording on it. So let's see what we got here. Just kind of looking around right now. Extreme Sporter, and that's 60. I mean, he's got to be thanking the 17 for that. I mean, the 17 absolutely gave him the push to get back out in front there. So here we go. Question is, who's going to do what to try and gain some track position here? 10 laps to go in the race. If you couldn't make it on fuel from your last pit stop, whenever that might have been, you absolutely can make it if you pit now. So I would say at the best, I would say probably splash and go or 2 tires. I don't think tires are going to matter as much as this track position. And it looks like, though, the vast majority are going to actually completely stay out. So a lot of them think they've got enough gas already. And the good thing about all these cars staying out is the fact that they will have that track position when we go back green flag here. The downside, of course, not having those fresh tires to work with here. And I would probably say that I think your winner is probably going to come from these front 3 rows. Here in particular, I think the guys to watch for, basically that entire inside lane and the outside front row starter. I would say you're 4 to watch. Sporter in the 60, the 95 of Chiller in the 2nd position on that inside line. Keystone guy, pole sitter. Oh wait, no, that's not Keystone guy. Sorry, I thought that was Keystone. My bad, that was the 31. Still, I think Hitman, that's a solid pick too, actually. But can't discount the pole sitter though. There he is. There's Keystone. He will be, I think he's going to be outside lane though. Like 4th row outside lane, which is going to be a really tough spot for him to make it work. But maybe he can make something work here and can get it going. But that's going to be a tough, yeah, it's going to be a tough position to get it to work from. Let's see. Yeah, so he's gonna be restarting 8. So 4th lane out, or 4th row outside lane, and looks like someone was misinformed on them going on that restart there. So it looks like they added a lap of caution there, possibly. Not really sure what they did. So yeah, it looks like they did add a lap of caution, kind of preemptive, or kind of retroactively at the end of that, as they were coming to the flag. Either that or someone just didn't get the message, which is also very possible. So here we go. Everybody's just kind of lining this one up, getting ready for it. This is going to be probably the most important restart of the race right here. I don't know if it's going to be the last restart. They might have it to where this is the last restart. I haven't really read through the rule book recently to know exactly what when the final restart goes, but here we go. Right now, I would say the important players are going to be that inside line and Captain Redbeard on the outside front row. I think outside of those guys there, I think you're going to have a hard time trying to find a race-winning contender. Maybe Keystone can pull something off with the 17 car, and of course, you've seen wackier stuff happen. Especially considering it's Daytona, where the draft plays such a major role. And of course, with only 10 racers left in this thing at this point, that could very easily be a here we go. Sporter on the outside, 13 on the 13 on the outside, 60 on the inside. Looks like that's gonna play pretty well into the 60's hands. And I don't know what the 17 is gonna try and do to get up here, but right now the 60 absolutely dominating here. Well, not dominating, but dominating the lane. Able to get that inside lane really working though. Man, they are all over the place. Down this back straightaway, I don't expect there to be any sort of lanes. It's just going to be everybody trying to go anywhere they can to try and make any sort of move possible. It's into the corners when you'll really start to see 2 lanes develop, an outside and an inside lane. But down the straightaways, you're going to just see everybody trying to pull out and pass everybody wherever they can, and even some places that they aren't allowed to. But, for the most part, I would say, first off, I believe this will be the final restart here, as we've got 6 laps to go. I think at this point, I think we would run out of laps if we did have another caution flag. But here we go, that's 60. He is really doing well, and the 17 absolutely fighting to try and get up there, but the 60 really just trying to command this. Just trying to dictate where the field goes. Cosmic Trip trying to find his way up here. Trying to maybe look to see if he can find this one. And I think this one might be... I think it might be a definitive... here pretty soon, this inside lane is going to be the one to dominate it. Question is anyone going to really be able to make a move on them? Here we go, Cosmic Trip to the outside, almost scrapes the wall. Is anyone going to be willing to go with him down the back straightaway? Because that's really the important time, is if you can get someone to go with you down the back straightaway. But right now, Sporter in the 60, 3 wide behind him. Keystone guy on the bottom. He lets his teammate in line there. Top 3 really tightly packed together here. This is going to be a fun finish here, guys. Here we go. 60, 95, 17, your top 3. There's that 13. He was on the outside of the front row on this last restart. He's made it back to 4th place after kind of dropping back because that outside lane has not been the place to be for the restarts. And right now, that 60, he's got to be trying to defend what way he can. He's going to be blocking up high. He's going to be blocking down low. He's got to try anything he can. And the question is, when is that move going to be made? And who is going to make it? Is it going to be the 17? The 17 goes high. No one goes with him, though. 13 kind of leaves him out to dry, kind of let him up there to kind of be like, hey, I'll go with you, and then didn't go with him. That there might say you've got so few laps left to go, 3 to go. You got to be able to trust that guys are going to go with you. Otherwise, you might just end up with a race of backstabbing and the 60 going to a very easy win. Because I don't think any one car here is strong enough to pass the 60 without help. Like, I just don't think there is the energy in the field to run that strong of a field. I just think right now, with the way the field is, I don't think you're going to be able to make that kind of move work. Here we go. 13. He's up here. Oh, the 95 count on the apron. Here we go, 2 laps to go. Here we go, 2 laps remaining. Gonna be seeing the white flag this next time by. Man, they are fighting it. Oh, someone scraped the wall up there. Was that Keystone? Or was that... No, wait, no, that was the other car. I keep mixing up with Keystone. That was Hitman. Right now, the 60 of Extreme Sporter doing everything he possibly can to try and take this lead. Oh, or to keep the lead, I mean. The 95 goes and shoves the 13 out the way. 95 now in that position of what can you do, though, on this final lap. 60, leader at the line. Is someone else going to be able to get back to this start-finish line with the race leader? Is it going to be a 60? No, just kind of leading from the restart all the way to the checkered flag. It was about a 9-lap sprint when they went that green. The 60 goes way low. Uh-oh. No, he's just giving up the spot. 95 has it. No, 17 is going to go for it. The 60 goes through the grass. What the? Why did he do that? He just gave up any shot that he had of winning that. Here we go. Chiller. And the 95, a Chiller, is going to win the Daytona Clash here in the Xfinity Series, presented by Run a Race Car. Man, Chiller goes and gets the win by 0.2 of a second over Cosmic Trip, Captain Redbeard, Seaman, and Keystone Guy rounding out your top 5. I just don't know what happened to Sporter there. Let's go talk to our race winner, though. Since we got the opportunity, let's go talk to him. Congrats, Chiller, on the win. Man, that worked out pretty well.
Thanks.
So, and you had a fast car tonight, but any idea what the 60 was doing on that last lap?
Yeah, he ran out of gas.
Ah, he ran out of gas. Okay, I was trying to figure out why he went to the dirt. Okay, that makes sense. Trying to figure out why he didn't pit under one of the... I mean, I guess if you're within a lap, maybe you thought he could get there, but... I mean, he led the entire rest of that race. But hey, good job on that win, though. 5 playoff points and the $15 bonus there for you.
Yeah, honestly, was not the way I wanted to win the race, but we all hit the apron going through 3 and 4, and it kind of screwed a lot of them up. But it's product of restrictor plate racing, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is just how restrictor plate racing is. Whether you like it or not, that's how restrictor plate racing is all too often. But hey, you know what? You did get that win, and you're going to have a little bit of momentum, of course, going into the Daytona duels next Saturday night. So, good luck in those
Can't
as
wait.
well. So, that'll conclude this broadcast here for the Xfinity Series here, the Unknown Racing League, presented by Run a Race Car. Massive thank you to them, of course, again, for coming on board to sponsor the series here at both at Daytona and throughout the rest of the races. So this has been the Daytona Clash for the Unknown Racing League. This is Ryan Dyer, and I will be seeing you guys in the next live stream, video, or whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night.